We now move on to the next topic, Modelle der Unterrichtsplanung. So with respect to Unterrichtsplanung, there are basically three models. One is the model of the Didaktische Analyse. This is the recommended model. Then we have Modelle von H.E.Piepho, and then we have model von R.E.Wicke. We will see the Didaktische model in a very detailed manner, and we will see the remaining two in a very brief manner. When it comes to the Modelle der Didaktischen Analyse, it says that for you to plan an Unterricht, you must ask questions, and the answer for the questions help you with the planning. So as an example, you have the questions on the left, and you have a small description as to what they actually mean and how they can be used for planning. So first question, was sollen die Schüler lernen? It's basically Lernziel-Frage. Was sollen die Schüler tun? It's Lerneraktivitäten. Wie arbeiten die Schüler? It's Sozialform. Mit welchem Material arbeiten die Lernende? It's basically question about materials which are going to be used. Welche Medien, Hilfsmittel sind gebraucht? Basically what are all the other media, CD, card, pictures, etc. you need. Was muss der Lehrer tun? It's basically Lehreraktivitäten. So by asking these simple questions, you will be able to arrive at each of the columns of the Lehrskizze, and then you will be able to plan your Unterricht. Now Lernziel, to formulate the Lernziel correctly, you must basically think about what the students already know. This is basically a part of this 4-vision activation. Once you know that, all you have to do is extend the already known information to a new level, and to do that you need to do some activities. You have to basically practice some Fertigkeit, etc. and that extension will become the Lernziel. When it comes to Lerneraktivitäten, it corresponds to the tasks which the students have to do to achieve the Lernziel. So it could be writing task or text lesen, build a description, anything. Then you have Sozialform. It basically asks the question, what are all the different Arbeitsform that are to be implemented in the class? So for this, there are the following methods which are available for the teacher, and you can implement this in a variable fashion. So you have Frontal Unterricht. This is basically where the teacher lectures. You have group work, Gruppenarbeit, students work as a group. Partnerarbeit, 2 people work, and then Einzelarbeit, do individual exercises. This slide gives the short description of the individual Sozialforms and where they need to be implemented and what is their use. So Frontal Unterricht, the teacher is the focus point. The teacher plans, moderates, controls the classroom ablauf. Teacher answers questions, and she could plan the question or she could even ask the question to the students. And Unterrichtszeit is sparsam. Basically use the time of the class very economically. This is mainly used for introducing into a topic. Then you go into Gruppenarbeit. The students execute a task as a group. They do it themselves. It helps to achieve a very good interaction between the students in the class, and thereby they develop their social relations. The students support each other, they learn from each other, and that way they reach the goal. This way is used for plenum or discussion. And Partnerarbeit, it's a 2% game. Each partner assists or helps the other. It makes the learning process easier than doing it alone, and that way you can also accelerate the learning process a bit. both the students get equal chance to play with the Fremdsprache. So you can do Dialogarbeit, Ergebnissevergleich, all those things are typical Partnerarbeit exercises. Then you have Einzelarbeit. Every student works on his own. Helps to show the individual performance. The teachers only supervise and then give ratings, like helpful ratings. Here text. Sometimes it is actually needed for having some pause from Gruppenarbeit and plenum discussion. It's very good. Sozialform are very important to influence the Unterricht in a positive manner, to create a positive atmosphere in the classroom. The following are the advantages of this social form. So the students learn with each other and learn from each other. They help each other and thereby their helping tendency gets improved. They no longer compete with each other. The need to compete vanishes. They learn to cooperate with each other. And they finally take up the learning process into their own responsible umbrella. It is always important that you implement abwechselnde Sozialform, because it's not a must that the teacher should always have control. Sometimes when the teacher gives up control, it also helps the teacher and also helps the students to take up responsibility and reduces the burden on the teacher as well. Then we move on to Lernmaterialien. These are all the material which are used for achieving the learning target. The learn material also sometimes fix the Sozialform. And sometimes the learn material is also useful for confirming the Lerneraktivitäten as well. You can have Lesetext, Sure text. All these things are learn material. Then you have Medien or Hilfsmittel. Here all the external factors like CD, pictures, Sure text, cards, all those things which are required to do certain learner activity to set a particular social form to achieve the final goal. These are basically the Medien und Hilfsmittel. Then we have Lehreraktivitäten. These are all the activity which the teacher has to do to help the students achieve the goal. Typical example will be give tips, give help, fix the learning goals. On top you can add Erklärungen, like describe the topic, introduce the topic and all those things. With this the Didaktische model comes to an end. We then move on to the model von H.E.Piepho. It is applicable for advanced students or advanced learners. What it does is it represents or puts forth a Planungsschematik based on the Inhalt, based on the contents of what is going to be taught. So your Lernziel, your activity and social form are based on the contents which you are going to deal with in that particular class. So you can see that it's completely different from the Didaktische principle because everything is related to the contents that is going to be taught. Then we have the model from R.E.Wicke. In simple sentence, the R.E.Wicke combines the FIFO model and the Didaktische model. And it says that a genaue Planung is only important when you do something new. Meaning, you are now taking up a very new class. It's like class 12B instead of class 7. Or it says when the book itself has changed. Only then you do a proper planning. Till that point, nothing is needed.
With that, the chapter comes to an end. Please feel free to like, subscribe and comment to the channel. If you have any questions, then contact me via email or put down your comments and I'll be able to reply. Thank you.